Hello friends, welcome back. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me today. But I have a question. Have you ever picked up a pen and it just clicks? Not that kind of click. The pen that tells you that if there's a pen that should be in your collection, this is one of them. The one that speaks to you, the one that tells you that you evolved as a pen enthusiast, that pen. Well, I got a few like that today. One is literally a one-off I snagged at the DC Pen Show, and there's a dream pen reveal at the end. So that still makes me grin like a kid. Let's get to it. All right, let's start with my unicorn pen. I say unicorn because, well, I'll explain later. But this one is a Leonardo, and it does not have a name. Well, actually, I forgot to ask for the name, but I'm 99.9% sure it has one. I just forgot to ask. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to call it Morning Latte, and I'll explain to you why. Look at that resin. This one is made of cellulose. That's one thing I know about this pen, at least. It has that dark coffee brown mixed with like cream swirl and I think it's more like amber highlights. And so it basically looks like coffee morning latte because of the cream. This is also fitted with a number 8 nib. Let me zoom in. There you go. Number 8 nib, steel nib, which is pretty new for Leonardo, and it just looks so right for this body. And it writes with that juicy, confident line I love. I thought this was a good move from Leonardo to start carrying number 8 steel nibs, because not everyone can afford gold nibs, and a lot of people would like to see how it's like to have a larger size nib paired with ebonite feed. And let me tell you, it is a joy to write with. Another fun fact is the steel nibs are not their typical Yobo nibs, which I thought they were, but Salvatore corrected me. This is made in-house, similar to their La Fenice gold nibs. And this particular one was tuned by the owner of Leonardo himself, Salvatore, so which makes it extra special. In the DC Pen Show, I wish I took a video of it, there's a couple of trays, not a lot. Yeah, not a lot, but it is basically just one design on each tray, right? And the way it was explained to me is they're supposedly created from just one rod. So they only made it one time with one rod, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what this pen is. Basically, it's a one-off. And I did try looking it up online. I couldn't find this particular one. The closest one I've seen was the SBRE Brown collab pen, which I believe was done this year, early this year. So I'll put a picture here if anything. Anyway, this is mainly one of the reasons why I go to pen shows, is to find these unicorn pens, right? I'm so happy I got it. So just for comparison, and that's the first thing I did when I got home, is to compare with my current Leonardo pens. It is rather large. I'm gonna start with that. The largest pen I have in my collection is the Mosaico. Very large pen. And that's the Mosaico. This is the Momento Zero Grande 2.0. And this is the Leonardo Momento Zero. So you can see the differences, right? Oops, sorry. From the Momento, it's a smidgen, like maybe like what, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, right? And then obviously it's much more, it's substantially larger than the 2.0 and the Zero Grande. They all have that familiar finial with the conical shape from both ends. Here, actually, I'm going to put it right there. And you can see that it is much larger, slightly larger. And another difference I found was the cap band. All of my Leonardos have a cap band, right? Some are different than others, but they always come with a cap band. As you can see, this one does not have one. So I did some sleuthing online. I went to their website and looked at other pens from the special edition pens. Most of it, I'm going to say like, I don't know, 95% of the pens there had a cap band. The only ones that didn't have one are those special materials like ebonite and some Japanese lacquer ones. So I guess they didn't want to ruin the lacquer, which made sense. So, or even the ebonite. So they just left it with no bands. The only one I found that is similar to this design that did not have a band is called their minimalist design or minimalist line. It's exactly like it. So I'm assuming, if I did know the name, I bet you this is part of that collection or that design concept with no bands. So it's more minimalist, but I still like it. You know, it's just that you're so used to seeing cap bands on your Leonardos, you kind of miss it. So that's really it. Quick specs. Like I said, it's much larger. So this one, compared to the Mosaico, this one is 6.14 inches capped. Uncapped is 5.6 inches and weighs about 30 grams. With the Mosaico, this one is 6.06 inches. So like I said, it's only a couple of centimeters off. And uncapped is 5.4 uncapped. So if you're familiar with the Mosaico, then you would know how big this is. All right, writing sample. Let's try this. Again, this doesn't have a name, so I'm just going to call it Morning Latte. Look at this line variation. It's crazy. It's like writing with a gold nib. Isn't that crazy? Who needs gold nibs? Yeah, so cross strokes, it's pretty light. Downstrokes, it's pretty bold. You can see that, right? Crazy. Next one is my little bittersweet pen. This is the Taccia Covenant in Parchment Swirl. Sadly, this design has been discontinued, or at least I think it's been discontinued because I can't find it anywhere anymore, which makes me appreciate it even more. Not the Covenant line, by the way. I just want to stress that they actually made some improvements to the body and the threading, so it's very much available, just not this design, the Parchment Swirl design. So what I love about this pen is, one, it's very affordable. Right, I think it's one of the most affordable lines in the Taccia lineup of pens. And second is the oversized cap that covers the entire barrel. That is everything to me. It gives it this very dramatic reveal when you're uncapping it. So to uncap it, you actually have to twist it from the bottom. You can see it, right? This is about, I try to count the turns. It's about 2 1/4. See? So that is the cap. Here, let me put it right there. This is the actual cap and this is the body. Isn't that crazy? It's almost as big as the pen. Oh my God, I love that dramatic reveal. You know how much I love drama. And that parchment finish. It's elegant without being loud, you know, and I think that's very Taccia. And it's almost like marbled paper. I also think that if it wasn't a matte finish, it will give it more of a wood look, which I won't mind. But regardless, it is very timeless design, and I kind of love that it's become harder to find. So this is not a new pen, FYI. I've seen videos of this from 10 years ago. I just happened to see it at, I believe it's Pen Place, on this website, Pen Place, and they were running a good sale, so I bought it. This particular one I got has a 14K nib. Ooh, sorry. Let me zoom in. Has a 14K nib. And fun fact, Taccia nibs, let me zoom in even more. Can I? Fun fact, oh, there we go. Taccia nibs are actually made by Sailor. And it's just rebranded. So yeah, instead of the Sailor, what I noticed is they changed the logo, you know, from the usual Sailor anchor, they changed it to the Taccia logo and Taccia underneath. I know it's like there's glare right now, but oops, sorry. Here, I actually have, here we go. I actually have a Sailor pen right here, so you guys can see the similarity. So it's exactly the same size, right? But again, it has a different logo, but it is a Sailor nib. So yeah, so if you like the Sailor feedback, this is a good alternative to Sailor, you know, and it's actually much cheaper than a Sailor pen. The oversized cap. Okay, let's go back now to the oversized cap. The oversized cap is also not unique to Taccia. I've seen, I think Montblanc, the Montezuma collection, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, if you have $4,000 or $10,000 to spare, check it out. It's exactly the same thing, but obviously, you know, much more ornate. But if you want to see more of the Covenant, it's pretty much everywhere. Just Google it. You know, like I'm not affiliated with any of these pen retailers, but it's pretty much everywhere. I've seen Apple Boom has it, Gold Spot, Pen Place, where I got this from. So yeah, just look around, you'll find it. But like I said, you won't find this design anymore. If you find it, let me know. Oh my God, please let me know. There's different designs now, so, and they're all very nice, FYI, so definitely worth checking. But yeah, if anything, I'll try to leave the links on the description for you. For quick specs, it is a very big pen. It is capped is 5.625, and the length, oh, I forgot to show you guys that, the length of this. So, oh my God, I forgot about that. So it's 5.625, so it's really perfect for my hand. I have like medium-sized hands, and it's perfect. See, there's a right amount of overflow. Balance is perfect. However, if you cap this, when you cap this, you have to screw it, right? to put it in place. And then look how big that pen is now. That is huge. It is 7.2 inches, just to give you an idea. So here's my 5.6 pen. You can see how big that thing is. Yeah, but so yeah, I don't think I would ever post it. I mean, you can, but it's too big. I don't know, at least for me. So for me, I'll just leave it unposted. Oh, girl, what did I just do? Okay, there you go. But yeah, so that is the Taccia Covenant. For the Taccia, I don't know what possessed me to get this in a fine nib. I completely forgot it's a sailor nib, so it is very, very fine. So this is the Taccia Covenant. Covenant in Parchment. See how I'm not a big fan of fine nibs. It's very, very fine. And sailor nibs doesn't really have a lot of give to it. So I don't see some line variations. Even though it is a gold nib, it is still pretty stiff, in my opinion. And yeah, see, not a lot of line variations, but you know what? I still like it. So I can use this for like my planning because of the little grids in those planners. So this would come in handy. So yeah, I mean, I still like it. All right, shifting gears to something bold. It gets bolder, trust me. This is the Waterman Carène in l'essence de Bleu. This one is just stunning. That lacquer, let me show you guys this. That lacquer, even looks good on camera. It has this deep, I guess, oceanic blue that shifts in the light. Oh my, it has that Waterman signature wave motif engraved. It's just very French luxury. I am such a fan. The Carène has always had that yacht inspired. Let me zoom back out. That yacht inspired silhouette. And in this edition, I think it really feels like it's leaning into that nautical elegance. It actually reminds me of a cigarette racing boat. So I guess that explains the nautical feel. If you don't know what cigarette racing boat is, Google it. Plus, forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Best part is that 18K nib that does not quit, does not know how to quit. It is chef's kiss. It's buttery smooth, reliable, and you can tell Waterman really knows their craft. I mean, there's really nothing much to say about this pen. It's a staple for all pen collectors, in my opinion. It's reasonably priced, if you ask me. And because it has that timeless classic design, you just can't go wrong with this pen. It can go from signing receipts from restaurants or wherever, to signing contracts. One thing I did notice about this pen is it is a fingerprint magnet. So make sure you have a nice cloth handy to keep it pristine. That's what I was doing before I click record on this one. I want to make sure it shines. Quick specs on this one. This is capped is about 5.67 inches. Uncapped is about 5.04. And it weighs about 34 grams because it is a metal pen. So it is pretty hefty. But yeah, I love this pen. It's my first grown-up pen. I remember showing this to my friends and they're like, oh, look at you, Freddie, all grown up. Now, I still love my swirly pens. I still love my colorful pens, but you know, sometimes you just have to have that one pen in your collection that that makes you look more sophisticated. This is crazy wet. This is the Waterman Carène. And what is this? L'essence du Bleu. Oh God, do I have to spell it? This is a fine nib? Wait, hold on. Oh no, this is a medium nib, sorry. This is a medium nib, and I don't know what possessed me to get this in a medium nib because it is very thick. As you can see, oops. No line variation, but it is so smooth. Oh my goodness, so smooth. I love it. It's so smooth. And I inked this with, if I'm not mistaken, I did Herbon, J. Herbon, Bleu de la Verrerie. So, you know, French ink for a French pen. I mean, you know, can't go wrong with that, right? All right. Last but not the least, the one pen that still makes me grin every time I pick it up. Meet my Grail pen, the Pelikan M815 metal striped blue. This pen is everything I dreamed of and more. That sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. The stripes are palladium. Let me grab my little wand. It's palladium plated brass. So it definitely got this heft to it that makes it feel substantial in the hand and like you're really holding something special. The weight actually makes you think you're holding an M1000, which is obviously larger and more expensive, but this one has that heft, but in a more relatively compact form factor. The brass stripes alone, just to give an idea, the brass stripes alone adds 9 grams to the pen. That's crazy, but I personally appreciate that. The blue resin is amazing. It glows under the light, and paired with that rhodium plated 18K gold nib, amazing. Let me zoom in. There you go. To me, that's just perfect. Look at that. Look at that blue. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy amazing. This is the kind of pen that reminds you why you fall in love with writing instruments in the first place, right? Yeah, I'm still pinching myself that it's finally mine. Yeah, quick history. The M815 designation actually dates back from 1995. The first one is called Wall Street, and it's limited edition. I think they made only like 4,000 of those pen or 3,000, I can't remember. But that one did not come with stripes, just a name. Same name, no stripes. In 2018, Pelikan introduced the redesigned M815 in the metal striped in black. So yes, the first version of this is in black. It has the same M800 silhouette with that brass stripe sleeve, which made it heftier again. I think I'm going to keep repeating that. And now in 2025, they brought it back in metal stripe blue. Mechanically, it is the M800 we know and love. Has a piston filler, 18K nib, right? The main difference with the M815 is it stayed true to the first design of the M815 with that ink window, because the original M800 has that translucent body, which you can see the ink. And then I think they redesigned it, which a lot of people hated. They made it, excuse me, they made it opaque. So you can't see the body anymore. You can't see the ink anymore, which a lot of people did not appreciate. So this one, it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. You know, it is an opaque body, but it does have that ink window so you can see your ink. But yeah, so again, it's palladium plated brass stripes over the blue resin, which it gives you that weighty premium feel. And quick specs on this one is, I forgot to measure the uncapped version, but capped is about 5.6 inches and it weighs about 37 grams. It's pretty heavy, really heavy, pretty heavy. It's heavier than my Momento Mosaico and the Taccia. The Taccia is actually pretty heavy, so this one is a lot heavier. Yeah, I'm just so happy I got this one. Thank you, Atlas. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I think Atlas is has it right now in a couple of places. I'm not affiliated with any of these retailers, but it's something that you should at least look at and see if you like it or not. But I am so happy I got it. Still ecstatic. Now for the Pelikan Sovereign M815. This one I got in a fine nib, and I was told specifically by Tiff to make sure I get in a fine nib because it is extremely juicy. So let me show you guys that. This is the Pelikan. Look at it's like it's writing like a broad nib. Oh my god. Oh girl, I hope I spelled that correctly. This is stripe blue, metal stripe blue. Sorry for my handwriting. But you can see how thick that is, right? That's a fine, okay? Fine. No, you know what? I'm not pressing hard enough, and because I'm scared. But I think you can get some line variation if you want to. Cross strokes, downstrokes. It's not bad. I mean, I'm not doing calligraphy or anything. And I hardly write in what do you call that? Cursive. So mostly I'm like script. But yeah, I love this pen. I wish I got in the extra fine though. I think extra fine would be like the sweet spot. So maybe one day I'll get it grounded. Alright, that is my little roundup of pens that I'm absolutely loving right now. We've got the Leonardo one-off from the DC Pen Show, the dramatic Taccia Covenant, the sleek Waterman Carène, each one so special in its own way. And then there's the Pelikan Sovereign M815 Metal Stripe Blue. Hey, honestly, I'm still grinning every time I pick it up. It's been a long time Grail, and it just feels as magical as I hoped. So these 4 pens aren't just tools. They're my little moments of joy, exceptional craftsmanship that I can hold and experience. I'd love to hear which one of these speaks to you the most, or if there's a Grail pen in your collection you're still dreaming about. Let me know in the comments. If you'd like hanging out with me today, make sure to like and subscribe. There's plenty more pen talk, ink swatches, and collector's fun coming your way. I will be at the San Francisco Pen Show, so please let me know in the comments if you're coming so we can meet up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.